Greetings everyone, Walter from Stunt District here to introduce our patent pending extended oil pan and pickup. The reason why we built this obviously is due to the fact that a lot of the guys are blowing their motors. I know there's other options available, but I think this is the correct option if you want to save your motor. Obviously with blowing motors nowadays, not only is it difficult to find one, to source one out, but they're also very expensive. Hopefully these will save a lot of you guys a lot of money. The reason for making this unit, and I'll explain to you on this board back here, is the way we thought about it is, I know this right here, this crew drawing, but it gives you an idea. You have your oil pan, you got your oil line aside and your crank. A lot of you guys, what you're doing is you're overfilling your oil. Now the issue with this is, number one is, obviously you got crank drag because as it's beating on the oil, you're losing power, your motor's not efficient. Number two is, because of the same reason, you're aerating your oil. In other words, you're creating a lot of little small bubbles in your oil. As we all know, air is not a good lubricant. So with that said, this is just obviously not a good thing for your motor or your power in general. Over here on this side, you'll see what a lot of others have done, including drag cars, which is the oil baffle. The oil baffle is in red right here. So same scenario, your factory oil level in green, your overfilling in red, and your pickup and your baffle. Now the issue with the baffle in drag racing is perfect. Why? Because the oil with the G-forces will travel back. It gets captured in here and it gets sucked up into there. Again, they run it at a regular level. It doesn't hit the crank. You don't lose any power, no aeration on the oil. The problem with this setup is when you're running in wheelies on stunt bikes is when you come off the ground, that pocket in here will suck up the oil. Now, once that oil gets sucked up, this oil has to build up back here to the height of that hole for it to fill back in and get oil back into the system. This is an issue which I've already tested on a lot of units where you will lose oil pressure for a number of given minutes or seconds depending on the application. Again, you are losing oil pressure and you're damaging your engine little by little, and your engine is gonna give. Here on this side is our unit, and the reason why it works. Number one is we create a space in the back which obviously gives you additional oil. Now with the additional oil, there's more cooling, obviously there's more lubrication in the system. Number two, you don't run overfill. You will run it at your factory recommended oil level. When your bike comes off the ground, if you look below here, as you're coming off into 12 o'clock, there is no obstruction here. The oil, even if it's just a little, will come right into your space in here where your pickup will grab it and shoot it right back up into your system. Again, there's nothing here to interrupt that oil flow and the continuous revolvation of the oil into your oil system. Your crank is not affected. You will not get any aeration in the oil. There will be no tiny bubbles, and your lubrication system will continue working as it should. So with that said, I'll leave you with this in mind, is how much is your engine worth? Stunt District, hit us up. Any questions? Let us know.